going on? We're planting cucamelons. Have you guys ever had cucamelons? People call them cucamelons. They call them mouse melons. They call them Mexican gherkins. Basically, what they look like, if you've never seen them, and I really recommend everybody grows some of these. You don't need to grow many. They kind of look like a cucumber plant. Okay, they vine like crazy. They put out a flower roughly every 6 to 8 inches on a vine. And the vines will grow out suckers, which will grow more flowers, which will grow more suckers and more flowers. You'll literally end up with like a green wall, okay? They're climbing plants, so you have to provide them something to climb on. My preference is trellis netting. I basically use trellis netting for almost everything that's a climbing plant that I'm growing vertically, okay? They are about that big, about the size of a grape. They look like little tiny watermelons. They're green, they've got little stripes on them, and they taste like a cross between a cucumber and a lime. And they're great because they put out so much fruit that you can just literally go out with a bowl, pick a handful, throw them in a bowl, take them inside, wash them off, and they're really crunchy. Okay, they're awesome. Some people really don't like them because they're tart, they're astringent, but they're great to have in the garden because you can also kind of pick as you go as you're working around in the garden. Okay, so if you're looking for something new to grow and you haven't grown these before, give them a shot. What do you have to lose? But make sure you grow them vertically, okay, because they will need that space. So I've got some of my own seeds here, okay, and the seeds are tiny. Let me get this open for you. And I'm going to show you guys a trick, and I have watched many videos from other growers on growing cucamelons, and I'm going to show you guys a trick that nobody, and I mean nobody, has shown you before. And I've been growing these since 2009, 2010, give or take 2010. It's 2024 right now, so I've been growing these for a long time. I grow them every year. Let's get this open. So if I showed you some of these seeds generally, hang on, we'll tilt the camera down. I'm going to dump them all over the floor if I don't do this. Okay. So here's what the seeds look like. If I didn't tell you these were cucamelon seeds, you would think that they're tomato seeds, okay? They're the same size, same shape, same everything, okay? All right, I'm going to show you how to plant them, and then I'm going to show you that trick I told you about. All right, so it's May 5th, I think. These are the smallest pots I have, okay? Look at them, about the size of my, little shorter than my finger. I don't know, what are these, 2.5 inch pots, something like that. So I filled them up with moist potting soil, and I've packed it down, okay? And then I've just created a little divot in the top, just in the center. It's about 1/4 inch deep. Remember, little seeds don't need to get buried deep. And then what you want to do is we're going to put a few seeds in each one, 3, 4, 5, whatever it is. So each one of these seeds is going to grow into a plant, right? But we're growing them in little clusters. Just like that. That's about all we're going to need. Now, there's maybe, give or take, 20 seeds in here or so, okay? Okay? There's maybe 20 seeds in here. And on a good year, these 20 seeds will grow me thousands of cucamelon fruit. And I'm not joking. When I say thousands, I mean thousands. So now we've done that, okay? We just need to cover them over like that. Keeping in mind, because it's potting soil, once we water it, a lot of that height that you see on there now is just going to fall in on itself. We're just going to water them in. Oh, hang on. There we go. Just going to water them in. So basically, you know, we're planting these just like we would any other type of seed. Now you notice you guys don't see me planting in these little white bins, right? I don't use these very much. And the reason why is because we're using it for these cucamelons, because I want them to have their own individual space. So space them out. Okay, now here's your trick. Get yourself some thin little sticks. They don't have to be very strong, okay? Because these vines, when these vines grow, they're only as thick as like the center of a Bic pen where your ink is. The vines are very small, but they're fragile. They don't take a lot of abuse. So you don't need a big stick, okay? So take your stick, put it in your pot, like that. One for each plant. These sticks are about 14 inches long, give or take. So we're going to put one in each, like this. And the reason we're doing this, and I've learned it the hard way in the past, is that if you don't give these things something to climb on, once they really start growing, so they're going to take a week or two to really get going, right? But once they get going, they grow fast, and those vines grow fast. And what happens is if you don't give them something to climb onto, because they also have the little tendrils, just like cucumbers do, right? They will literally wrap around all of your other plants, and trust me, it is a nightmare to try and separate these. So this way, you give them each a little stick to climb up, and they'll just climb all up it. And then when you plant them, you plant the plant. You plant the little root cell here, and you just plant the stick along with it. And then eventually they'll just surpass the length of the stick, which does not take long at all. And then they'll grow right up your trellis. And this way, you know, you can space these out maybe every foot to 18 inches to 2 feet, depending on how long your trellis netting is that you're going to grow them in. And then it's going to be much easier this way for you to plant them successfully without damaging them and fighting with them to try and uncurl themselves from each other. And it's not fun. So that's it. That's your trick. This is how you do it. And you'll see me planting these in the garden, and I'll keep you updated as these grow, and I'll show you how they start to vine up these branches. So hope this helps. Grow cucamelons, grow good food, give me a big thumbs up, and have an awesome day. See ya.